We have a Venn diagram question here, set theory, a very basic one. So we know that there are 74 students in a class uh, who are studying at least one of the three subjects. So the outside region will be zero. So because it's a single question in quants, I'm not even going to draw the rectangle. So there is just these three circles, which are H, E, and P will have three circles, and that's it. Now, what are the information given? 10 students study all the three subjects. All the three is given. So I'm very confident about this set now because that is the most important part of the of this, any Venn diagram. So let me just quickly draw the circles here. So let's say this indicates H, this indicates E, and this one indicates P. And we know the total of 74, so I'll just mark that separately. Typically, I would have drawn a rectangle, written 74, and outside I would have written 0 had it been a large set, because in a large set, sometimes you have a change inside the diagram. So it's good. It's a good habit to draw the entire rectangle. So here, first information that we have, so we know that 10 students are studying all the three subjects. So 10 students will be falling in this region, while 20 of them are studying H and E, but not P. So H and E and not P is this part, right? This is the only part that has that. So we have 20 students falling in this region. So this is 20. Now the next information is interesting. It tells us that every student who studies P also studies H or E or both. So what does that mean? So if you are studying P, you're definitely either part of this region or this region or this region, right? So if you are studying in P, you are whatever the subject is. If you're studying that subject, then you have to study at least one more subject, something like that. So implies in in other way, it implies that nobody is studying only P, right? So this part is zero. So that is also known to us. Great. Now let me just take these things off. Yeah. And the next information tells us that number of students studying H. So studying H is this entire H circle, by the way. So this H circle, the entire thing, equals that studying E. So again, the entire E circle. So studying E is equal to studying H. So E circle is equal to H circle. Now the commonality between the E circle and the H circle is this region, right? So this region is anyhow common. So in order for these two to be equal, this part should be equal to this part, right? So these two should be equal. So what we know is, just let me take these things off. Just one second. So what we know is this section, these two combined, that is equal to these two combined, because the circle total should be equal. And now, once we know that, nothing else is given. So let us quickly figure out this, because the objective is to find how many people studies H. So we need to just find the total of the H circle, right? So if I can figure out the sum of these two parts, that itself should be sufficient, isn't it? So let us do that. It's very easy now, because we know that there are a total of 74 students, out of which 20, 10, and this is nothing. So 30 students are gone for these three regions. So we can take that out. So minus 30, we're left with 44. Now this 44 will be evenly distributed between this part and this part, right? So that will be 22 each. So this two total will be 22, and these two regions total will be 22. We cannot uniquely say how much is this one and how much is this one, but the sum of these two is 22, right? And that is our objective any which way. So we need to find the number of students studying H. So studying H is this entire, these two regions together, that is 22 plus 20 plus 10. So 22 plus 30, that is 52 students. So this is a very easy one. You can actually solve this very quickly in a minute or something. Just draw the Venn diagram and quickly analyze this. The most of the information anyhow direct. The only thing is that every student who studies P studies H or E or both. So if you go through, the students who are enrolled with us, if you go through our lessons, you'll find these kind of information presented in some or the other sets, so that you have an exposure to it. So immediately it should strike you that the only P should be zero. So typically a very easy set. So I would definitely recommend you to solve this in the first round itself. But yeah, I mean, if Venn diagram typically is not that comfortable for you, you may leave it for the second round. But do this question. I mean, you should be able to do this question in the second round because it's a very easy one to solve. That's it for this particular question. I hope you understood this. Thank you.